Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is a Divine Masculine reading for the week of July 10th. So I'm going to be doing the weekly readings as Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine because I feel like condensing it into one, how it came out last week, was a little confusing. And, some girls just want to watch their shit, some guys just want to watch their shit, or Divine Masculine wants to watch theirs. We all know what energies are which at this point, I would hope. So this week's lesson for the Divine Masculine is actually the Ace of Swords. So the lesson is really about all of these ideas flooding your mind. Like, as you can see with the card, it has, and excuse my nails, but it has these little things falling from the crown. So all these ideas are being flooded into your crown chakra. But it's kind of like, these little flakes kind of are giving me the vibe of it's a flaky energy. It's not really ideas that are tangible or easy to grasp or to ground, I guess. But then you see these wreaths, the other two hanging from the crown. These are the golden ideas that really do have potential for growth, which I feel like is what you're sorting out through this week. And that's kind of the lesson that you guys are undergoing, is trying to sort out which ideas are, the ones that are really solid and going to bring you what you want in life. So the next cards we have is basically the challenges with this lesson. So for the first challenge we're dealing with is the Page of Cups. And then we also have the Hanged Man. So the lesson is really sorting out which opportunities and which ideas in your mind are going to bring you this emotional fulfillment, are going to be, almost the opportunity of a lifetime type of energy. That's the kind of vibe I'm picking up from the Page of Cups. And then the Hanged Man is waiting on it. You kind of got to sift through, all these flakes, like I said, coming down your head and your crown chakra, and sorting through and waiting on, okay, which is really the right one though. So I'm getting with the Page of Cups that it's kind of sifting through this kind of maybe illusionary fog, I would say, because that's kind of the feeling of it. It's kind of like this fogginess that's kind of like, oh my God, these are all such great ideas, but it's like, it's kind of hard to use discernment in figuring out which of those ideas is really going to nourish you emotionally, fulfill you creatively, and fulfill your pockets, and create the foundation that you want to live for the life you want to live. So I think the Hangman and the obstacle is really just to sit on these ideas and not just jump into anything that comes to your mind. So the next set of cards we have is how to face these challenges. So the first card is the King of Wands, and then we also have the Knight of Cups. So what I'm getting off of these cards is with the King of Wands, it's very action-based energy. It's go for it. It's, sitting there in your creative stature and this kind of like sitting on like a gold mine in a sense of ideas and passions and, creative opportunities. But it's almost kind of like, I don't know, the way he's looking to me is kind of like, content energy, which I mean is good things. They're all good traits, of course, but action is being needed to move out of that complacency and that contentment, to move towards the correct goals or passions. So I think that's what this Knight of Cup energy is more so about, is taking action to go on that emotional journey, to see what will emotionally fulfill you out of all these creative ideas that are coming to you, or all these business ideas, or whatever have you. It can manifest as whatever it is that applies to your life. But I feel like the King of Wands is telling you to take action on this kind of like, almost kind of like a soul-searching journey, to figure out what will really make you happy. Like what will give you that Knight of Cups energy, and eventually that kind of like Ace of Cups energy that's like your cup runneth over and you're constantly being fulfilled. And with the Knight of Cups energy, I'm kind of getting like a kind of like, when horses trot, but it's kind of like a calm, I guess, I don't know, trot, walk, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like this card gives me that type of energy. Like it's kind of like a okay, like a kind of like a stroll down all of your options and observing it, like an observant energy of all of your creative options. But you have to take action to be observant. And that's what I'm really picking up is, giving yourself permission to actually feel these options instead of just observing it from a logical mind or, oh, that sounds good, let's do it. Instead of observing it from that, observe it from, how does this really make me feel? When I talk about this creative thing that I'm passionate about, does it make me feel good inside? Or does it make me scared? Or does it deplete me? Or, it's kind of all of these questions. And I think the King of Wands is telling you to ask yourself these questions, journey down this path of, emotions and deeper questions. Like, also I was picking up with the Knight of Cups, I was picking up on like looking into the glass, like looking into his cup and looking at himself. Like, water is reflective, obviously. So looking in this cup to see, like, can you see yourself doing this? Can you see yourself 10 years, or, not even 10 years, but 3 months, a year, 5 years, X amount of years down the road doing this? Because dreams obviously shift and change. What we want at one point may not be what we want at another. So it's really just reflecting and looking into your own reflection and seeing if you can actually see yourself enjoying this, loving this, being fulfilled by this, emotionally, financially. And is it going to be something that keeps you passionate and keeps you creative? Because, with the Ace of Swords energy, all of these are very, like I said, flaky. They're not tangible. You can't really like grasp them. And I don't know why, but it almost reminded me of like when you burn paper in the ash that leaves the paper. That's kind of what I was seeing with it, was something that like it's already dissipating in the air. But these wreaths, like these little wreaths over here, you can easily grab and hold on to, and it's something that you can, have a firm grip on. So yeah, the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups energy is how to face the obstacle of sorting out through all of these beautiful ideas that are coming to you. But like I said, the Hangman, once again, coming to that patience and coming to that kind of standstill. Allow yourself this time to really think about all of this on a deeper level, rather than this sounds good, this will make me money. This sounds good, it'll get me bitches. This sounds good, it'll, whatever your motive may be. And I would hope that they would not be such superficial motives, but to each his own. No judgment here on my end. Yeah. So the last set of cards is actually the outcome of this weekly lesson, which we have the Two of Pentacles, all about balancing choices. And then we have the Star. So I think the outcome is, after you deal with the obstacle of, okay, which idea will best serve me for my highest and best good, you give it some time and you actually think about it and digest it, take that action to kind of go down those deeper questions that need to be answered for your own benefit. Because in the long run, it's your life, it's your happiness. You can do shit that sounds good all fucking day, but does it really fulfill you? Is this something that you're gonna quit, 2 months down the road? Or is this something that you're willing to really go after and work fucking hard for and put your blood, sweat, and tears into it? Is it that type of passion, or is it just oh, that's a good idea? And those are what this Two of Pentacles is asking you. Is it going to be something that is like, oh, yes, it'll give me the money, but will it give me the money and everything else that I'm desiring? Because even in his background, like how it's that water and that ship, is it going to take you on the correct path? Is it going to be, the journey of a lifetime? Or is it going to be, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's another ship in the background. But, or is it going to be, I can't really see because this glare from this light. I'm going to just interpret it, because this is how it's coming at me, is like a sinking ship. Like, that's what it looks like to me. Is it going to be an idea that, gives me stability, but sinks me and drains me emotionally, physically, mentally? Or is it going to be a pathway and a journey for a lifetime that's always going to bring new horizons and new adventures? And is it going to be my star opportunity, my golden opportunity? And that's really what this whole week's lesson is for the Divine Masculine, is really sifting through all of these amazing ideas that you guys are getting this week and asking yourself those difficult questions, balancing it out, on a more grounded basis, the tangible questions. Can I profit from this? Will this bring me this? Will this bring me that? Weighing out the pros and cons in a realistic fashion and not in an idealistic fashion. We have to weigh out the pros and cons in a logical fashion, not just all in our heads about it or in our emotions, or that would be a great, fantasy world. That's what I get, fantasy. Separating reality from fantasy. So yes, you can live out your greatest dreams, but separate that from delusional fantasies or fantasies that are unrealistic. Dream is too far-fetched. That I hope that I didn't misportray what I was saying or misconstrue what I was saying, because that's not what I'm getting at. I'm getting at, are you going to be realistic about it? Is this just a dream that sounds good? Is this a fantasy that you might want or could want, or like I said, it looks good? All these questions and weighing out those pros and cons, because one of these opportunities is your golden opportunity. It is going to nourish you in every single way. It's going to nourish you emotionally, and it's going to ground you to where all that water pouring on that grass is going to blossom into, fucking beautiful ass garden. And it's gonna, fulfill you. And you're gonna be great at it, because the star is like, it's a star. Like, it's like the North Star type of energy. So it's really going to make you successful as well. And you're going to be great at it. It's just sifting through all of those ideas and figuring out what it is you want. So that's the Divine Masculines reading for this week. And you guys' lesson and challenges and obstacles and how to face them. But you guys got this. You guys, I really enjoyed this reading. And it's funny because I actually had pulled cards, I want to say Sunday. And when I was trying to decode everything was just getting jumbled. And I was like, fuck this. We're just going to start this over. Because this energy is it was weird. It was super weird. But literally the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups were both in the previous pull too. So those wanted to show back up for sure. And the previous reading was similar. It was just very hectic, I would say. It was just really hard to understand. But this one was yeah. So I do offer personal readings for Oracle/Tarot. I will set my price list below, but 15 minutes for $11.11, a half hour for $22.22. I also do offer a free 15-minute distance Reiki session for all first-time clients, and I also do offer Reiki services as well. So if that's something that maybe you haven't experienced before and want to experience, obviously if you book a reading with me, you'll get to experience it for free. And obviously if that's something that interests you or that you really enjoyed, you can come back for a longer session for Reiki, and it's the same prices as my readings actually. But yeah, I'll put all my listings below, so be sure to subscribe and comment, and thank you, and I hope the Divine Masculine has an amazing week. Bye guys.